For those of you who are new to the circle, we have a relatively young tradition that we like a lot. And when the circle gathers, we like to end the day in a very informal way, having a conversation with people who have experience that's similar to that of all of you.
We were very much brought up in a household that was about giving and taking care of, my younger siblings and neighbors and participating in your school and just, wherever you could, just helping out.
My parents also, my mother in particular, volunteered a lot. They were both very deep humanitarians. And this is going to make me sound way more enlightened than I was, but in high school, I did actually think, I don't really feel like I need any more Christmas presents, and I have a happy life. And so my mom and I figured out this thing where we would give all my Christmas presents to some other family.
So we've done a couple of these conversations, but you're actually the first married couple to be up here. And I'm curious to know when a discussion about these kinds of issues entered the relationship.
And in 1999 at Christmas, my parents gave my sister, my brother, and myself separately, which is an important point we can talk more about, a $10 million foundation. And going with 5%, that was very, relatively easy anyway to administrate, which Jennifer really did starting in '99. And we did certainly some together as well. That grew from '99 to 2006 to $120 million, right around there, both because they put more cash in and the stock rose. And so we went from 10 million to 120 million over essentially about 6 years. And then what I call the Big Bang came, and on June 26th, I think it was, 2006, my dad made his giant gesture, which for us meant $1 billion pledge of a foundation. So it was a responsibility, opportunity, certainly not a burden, but it gave us pause in terms of how to think about it. And then we took 2 years from that point forward. We were certainly granting, but also talked to everybody we could. I mean, I tell people that, once you have $1 billion foundation, your jokes are funnier, you're better looking, all these magical things happen. But we use that as an opportunity, of course, to meet people and to talk about the work, because you do get to meet just about anybody you want to, and what a great thing to be in New York and really have these conversations. So we took that as far as we could take it to really learn a lot. My dad made his fortune in value investing. He found an undervalued asset. And when he identified it, all he did is support it. He just fed money into it, believed in the management, believed in the business, and let it do its thing. He really just sat back, took a long-term view, and found the undervalued asset. And it was not hard for us, after some work, but not hard for us to realize that the undervalued asset in this world is a girl. And so that's where we felt we should put most of our resources. And more broadly speaking, it's just the work of what we would consider to be, and I can say this here, feminine properties in the world, nurturing, collaboration, partnership, complexity, these things that take time and end up with deep, long-lasting results.
In that realization, we realized 51% of the world's population was being sort of left out. And so that's why we went to women and girls. Then we realized it's not only that, it's the feminine energies. And it's the balance between the masculine and feminine. It's not saying let's throw men off the planet or sort of that the masculine sort of do. I mean, we've done amazing things with the force of, technology and progress and sort of masculine impulses, but there's an imbalance. So that worked on our thinking. A lot of people know us for this work with the Nike Foundation and the Girl Effect. So we found the Nike Foundation, I think 4 years ago, and we have been able to, and we got in partnership with them because we saw what was happening with adolescent girls. We thought we don't have enough money to change this consciousness shift and paradigm shift, and if they could do with their marketing expertise, global marketing expertise, what they've done for global sportswear brand for this issue, that could be a really good thing.
What I'd like to do is close out with a few words, Jennifer, that you put in your preface, and the quote, Peter, that you used to start the book. And Jennifer's words include the following. She encourages people to think with the heart. She encourages people to believe that you are enough, that you have something unique and precious to offer to the world to make it better. And Peter chose a quote from Joseph Campbell to begin the book. He can probably recite it without looking it up.
That's true.
And the quote he chose is this: "The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are." I think in some ways the hope of the circle is really to encourage each of you to be yourselves, to be your authentic selves, to be the biggest and best person you can be, to go out into the world knowing that you have gifts to offer, and that if you present them in a spirit of love and generosity, that you can be an agent of change and help to transform all there is that's so upsetting and disturbing about our world and make it better.